Welcome to this presentation on the Construction Industry Scheme for Subcontractors. I'll refer to the Construction Industry Scheme as CIS from now on. This presentation is in two parts, and this is the first one, covering some useful terms, letting HMRC know you've started in business, registering for CIS, the details you need to give your contractors, and applying for gross payment. There's more information about CIS in the booklet CIS 340 on the HMRC website. So what is CIS? Well, CIS is how contractors should make payments to you as a subcontractor for construction work. If you agree to do construction work for a contractor, this work will almost certainly come within CIS. It doesn't matter how you carry out the work. You can be self-employed, a partner in a firm, or a limited company. If the construction work you carry out comes within CIS, then contractors must apply the CIS rules to what they pay you. If you work in domestic households, say as a painter and decorator, and you use subcontractors to help you carry out this work, then you're a CIS contractor. A deduction is the amount a contractor has to take from your payment towards your tax and national insurance contributions. A payment is anything a contractor pays you. This can include cash, a cheque, an advance, or a loan. A contract is a legally binding agreement where one business does work or provides services for another. When you start in business, you need to let HMRC know. This is called registering. Here's the HMRC homepage. You start here to register your business. Once you've registered, you'll be given a 10-digit number called a Unique Taxpayer Reference, or UTR. Then you need to register again to let HMRC know that you're a subcontractor. As a subcontractor, you register with the CIS helpline. The number is 0845 366 7899. They'll need to know some details, including your UTR. Once you've registered with HMRC as trading and as a subcontractor, you have the information you need to give your contractor. The contractor then verifies you with HMRC. This means they check with HMRC, who tells them what deduction rate to use against your payments. It's a good idea to give these details to the contractor before or as soon as you start working for them. There are deduction rates of 30% and 20%. Contractors use these rates to take deductions from your payments. Then they pass the money to HMRC. Some subcontractors can be paid gross, that is, without any deduction made towards your tax and national insurance contributions. You have to pay these later through self-assessment. If you're registered for CIS but not for gross payment, HMRC tells the contractor to make a standard rate deduction of 20% if HMRC can verify you. You'll still need to pay tax and national insurance contributions due on your tax return, but HMRC sets any deductions taken from your payments against this bill. If HMRC can't match your details, it tells the contractor to make a deduction at the higher rate of 30%. If this happens, you can register to have future deductions made at 20%, but the contractor cannot make refunds on any deductions already made. If 30% is deducted, you need to wait until the end of the tax year. Then, on your tax return, you show all your payments and deductions. After HMRC processes your tax return, they can then pay any refund due to you. So, you avoid the 30% deduction by registering correctly and giving your details to your contractors. You can be a contractor and a subcontractor at the same time. Here's an example. ADD Buildings Limited is a contractor and asks Tony Pickering & Sons to do the brickwork and plastering as a subcontractor. There's too much work for Tony and his employees, so Tony asks Pete Walker to help complete the work. ADD Buildings Limited is a contractor, Pete is a subcontractor, and Tony Pickering & Sons is in the middle. Tony's firm is a subcontractor to ADD Buildings and a contractor to Pete. If this is you, you need to register both as a contractor and as a subcontractor. You can ask HMRC to register you for gross payment. You'll need to provide evidence that you pass 3 tests. First, that your business carries out construction work or provides labour for construction work in the UK and is run largely through a bank account. Second, that your turnover for construction work from the last 12 months must be over £30,000 if you're a sole trader. For partnerships, £30,000 for each partner, or at least £200,000 for the partnership as a whole. And for limited companies, £30,000 for each director, or at least £200,000 for the company. And thirdly, that you and any directors or partners in the business need to have sent in all your tax returns and paid all your tax on time in the last 12 months. If HMRC has asked for any information, you'll need to have given it to them. There's a lot more detail on the HMRC website. You might want to read this if you're thinking of applying for gross payment. If you're a subcontractor and you haven't registered, now is the time to do so. Watch Chapter 2 of this presentation, where we'll cover payment and deduction statements, record keeping, and why these help you fill in your tax return. Thank you for watching.